But we were supporting, the Reagan administration was so strongly in support of Saddam, right through the worst atrocities, they even let him get away with that. I mean, in 1980, this continued after the end of the war with Iran, after the worst atrocities. In 1989, Iraqi nuclear engineers were invited to the United States to take part in a conference. It was in Portland, Oregon, in which they were trained in how to develop weapons of mass destruction. Well, that's 1989. Furthermore, George Bush #1 told us why it was being done. He said, we have to provide aid to Saddam because it's of our responsibility to help U.S. exporters and because he contributes to stability in the region. In fact, that continued. I mean, after the invasion of Kuwait, after he was driven out of Kuwait, you know, Iraq was practically bombed into rubble. The U.S. had total control of the area. There was an uprising, March, April 1991, Shiite uprising in the South. Probably would have overthrown it. There were rebelling Iraqi generals. Good chance he would have been overthrown. Well, the Bush administration determined that they would essentially permit Saddam to crush it. They used military helicopters, other armed equipment. They didn't have to do that. That led to a huge massacre. And it was described. You know, you can go back and read the New York Times right after that. They said, well, you know, it's regrettable, but there's a consensus among the U.S. and its allies, meaning Saudi Arabia and Britain. There's a consensus that, I'm virtually quoting, that Saddam Hussein offers more hope for the stability of the region than those who are trying to overthrow him. That's 1991, you know. Yeah, the human rights violations were horrendous. Does that have anything to do with the invasion? No, nothing. No.
Professor Chomsky, I'm most regretful that I have to interrupt the flow of your thought and your very interesting presentation. Unfortunately, we are constrained by military time to end at this time, but I am happy to say that the occasion, the opportunity for those of you who did not have an opportunity to ask your question here may come out in the rotunda. I certainly hope it will. There is a reception immediately to follow. But first, sir.
Sir, on behalf of the class of 2008, I'd like to present you with this gift as a small token of appreciation for speaking with us tonight. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. I usually leave gifts for my grandchildren to open. They get a big kick out of it, but I'll change the rules this time. Well, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a wonderful picture painting. Washington Hall on the plan.